Hello, my name is Jack Kuzma, and you are listening to Talk to Me, a Prowl radio interview segment. And today I am here with Devon Kay of Devon Kay and the Solutions and Direct Hit. Uh, and Devon, you want to introduce yourself any further?
Yeah, I'm Jack. I'm what you just said I am. I'm Devin. I play in those things, and I also play in a band called Jacob Horn Trio, and I'm also a normal loser man. So how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being on this interview. It's awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's very cool. Go on. I apologize. I talk too much.
Nothing to apologize for. I just want to ask for the first question. The Solutions tour a lot, and you've opened for like so many legendary bands. How is touring, and how is it to like open for like Less Than Jake and stuff?
Oh, it is stupid cool. I don't know. Especially when you have played every kind of show imaginable. It's like that's not I don't it's not the normal. This is like a very new thing for the Solutions is that we've gotten to open for all these bands and gotten to tour. So it feels really good. It feels especially good because we're not we're not eating shit as much. We're not we're not like like I don't know, when you get started you just you play to whatever anywhere that will like have you, and now there's places that I feel like are made for music that we're playing now. Like we used to play like basements and garages, and now it's like holy fuck, the House of Blues is way it's like I do like playing a good basement and house show still, and we still do, but boy, it's nice sometimes to just roll up to a House of Blues. It's like, whoa, okay, neat, this is fun. So it's a new experience. It's very cool. I'm enjoying it, but it's not the normal, and I feel very lucky. So it's very cool.
That's awesome. I also before you like fully get into your music, I wanted to talk about your music videos because you
Yeah.
have incredible music videos. There's so
Thanks.
many different things you do in your music videos. Like there's a lot of green screen ones now, but before there's like that anything that all music video was just you kind of standing around with the lyrics a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
the making fun of that old Bob Dylan music video is what we were
yes,
thinking.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But what inspires your music videos and what goes into making them?
Oh, I love music videos a lot. I watch a lot of them. I still think it's like one of the coolest mediums. It's just so unique and weird. It was like a real part of me growing up in music. It was just very big. It was all over like that. You hear old fucking people say the MTV used to play music videos, and they did, and it was neat. It was really cool. But like, what inspires them, I don't know. It's just whatever inspires. It's just I'll see something I like, and I want to be like, I want to do that, but with my own twist, kind of a thing, is what I like to do. Or I want to like parody something and make fun of something that's sacred, or like I don't know. That's what a lot of the inspiration comes from. Or like I'll watch like a video that super impresses me, and I'll see a new technique, and I'll be like, well, I want to learn how to do that, and I'm not nearly as skilled as a professional, but it's fun to see what I come up with as an amateur. And that's kind of what goes into making them, is like all of them are usually just trying to learn a new skill. Like the green screen stuff, it started with that space in between video we did, and you can just kind of it's a lot like crunchier and not as good, and like there's artifacts from the green screen that weren't cropped out, and I didn't know what I was doing yet. And then it's gotten stronger as each one kind of goes, and it's like, yeah, it's usually to answer the question, what inspires it is trying to be funny and unique and use the medium in a fun way. And then what goes into them is trying to learn a new skill that I think is cool and is usually impractical.
Well, I mean, if it means I think the space in between music video benefits from the artifacts. I think kind of what makes that music video special is it seems really amateur, like really like when they were just figuring out green screen, which I guess you
Yeah,
were. It just
that's
feels
exactly what
exactly
it
like
was. Yeah, it
that.
was just kind of being like, well, I don't know. I've done video editing on my own my whole life. And I went like I was doing it in school. But I kind of got out of it pretty quick, so I can't say like I went to school for it. I took like a semester and learned the basics of whatever program, and then I just applied it everywhere else. And now I use Premiere like an amateur. It's like, yeah, the amateurness is real, and I think there's charm to that. It's like you can look at that early Tim and Eric and all that kind of stuff, all just budget conscious, and well, I want to make something, so I have to make it with the resources that I have, and that's kind of what this band is like about.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have something, and I want to make something because we're good at it, but like I need to fucking silence my phone first of all, and then and it's like I need to do it on a budget because that's the only way you can like, and I use air quotes when I say make money because we make some money, but not like enough for all of us or any of us to really live off of it. So I don't know. Yes, amateur good. Do stuff, try new things. That's my message. Just try it. It doesn't matter.
Well, off of the try new things thing, that actually brings me well to my next question. Your
Segue.
Achilles feels, yeah, your Achilles feels releases. It's full of like a lot of weird covers of songs you like new versions of songs done in like a weird space style or saloon style, some of them. So
Yeah.
what goes into making an Achilles feels release, and how did they first come about, and how are they going to continue in the future?
Oh, Jack, you're so good at liking this band. Thank you for those. The Achilles, the Achilles feels things were just kind of these like off releases. Like first, no one has listened to them. Like I think you're like the only person that's ever like listened to them. So nice. They're just these. The first one I did because I like screwed up my ankle and couldn't go on a tour, and then I had to take, I got fired like right after from whatever job I was at the time, and I couldn't go on the tour I was supposed to, and I was kind of just going crazy like nursing this ankle back to health, and like sitting in my box apartment with no windows at the time. And so that was like, I need to make something or I'm going to go fucking nuts. So that was just me like trying out, having fun. Just like, I haven't done a country song with a slide guitar before. Maybe it won't suck. And then we sent it to the band, and then the band did all that. And then the second one was basically the same shit. It happened in quarantine. We were like bored and needed to make something. So we made the second Achilles Feels, or which... Again, the name doesn't even make sense to carry over because the first one was like I had an ankle problem. There are these really funny like offshoot things that we do, but what goes into it is it seems to be like insanity. Like it seems to be there has to be some element of like something goes wrong and like I need something to do. So we'll see. I've been very busy recently, so knock on wood there won't be a new one. But if something goes wrong, there'll be a third one, I'm sure. I want to do them. I like the way they sound. But again, like nobody listens to them. And like, that's mainly because they just kind of came out at weird times too. Like
Yeah.
the second one was also like for like a charity compilation thing that we were doing. And then we just had them left over. So yeah, they're almost like B-side compilations, but stuff made specifically for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, about stories about your releases, I want to ask, why is Fine a ska EP called Fine? Because I know this story, but hasn't been posted publicly anywhere as far as I know. And
I assure you, you've done the research. Like I'm sure you've done the research. I can't believe it hasn't been posted publicly. I feel like I say it all the time. But I'm going to say it again now. I'm not annoyed by that. It's a good story. And so we shopped our the record that we came out on Pure Noise, Grieving Expectation. We shopped it to Bad Time Records first. That's the big ska label. And I wanted to work with them, and I thought, well, whatever. But if you've listened to Grieving Expectation, it's not a very ska release. We're not a very ska band, despite what everyone says or doesn't say. I don't really know. Okay, let me get back on track. I've had a lot of caffeine this afternoon. But so I shopped it to fucking Bad Time Records first, and they responded that it wasn't ska enough. And they were probably being very polite. But me, the insane person that I am, took it like like fucking crazy personal for some reason. I don't know. And so like Pure Noise puts it out, and that's great, and that record does its thing. But the whole time, I'm not even thinking about Grieving Expectation. I'm like, fuck it, we're ska enough. Like I don't know why we weren't even trying to be a ska band, but again, I'm unhinged, and so then we were like, well, now that we're out of our contract with Pure Noise, we can make something. Let's make a ska EP and shop it to Bad Time, and Bad Time liked it, and they were like, yeah, we'll put it out. So we called it Fine a Ska EP because it was kind of like us giving you what you wanted, what you asked for, because everyone calls us a ska band. Everyone's either like, no, well they're good, but they're not ska enough, and all this shit. And so it was like this weird childish pushback to something that wasn't real. And so that's kind of the insanity of it. But I think it turned out great. So yeah, it's kind of like, here you go. But it's really good, and we want to do another one. And there is ska on all of our records. We're just like I don't like calling us one thing. I don't know why that offends me so much. I just don't like, our band is so many different things, and I think that I think it's limiting to just call us a ska band, even though we're really good at it. And we're really
Yeah. I mean, I think Pump Fake is your best song.
so crazy.
That's one of your ska songs, so
thank
you
you.
might be cooking.
I gotta then just keep going back to that. That's a high school song that I wrote and then sat on for 20 years, and then was like, everybody in the band for the Sky EP who wanted to like turn a song in to be worked on had done it, and I didn't have a fifth one. And I was like, well, I gotta have something. So then I pulled out my high school song, and it ended up being like, I was like embarrassed to like show it. I was like, here's some piece of shit called Pump Fake. I don't know about this one. And then they were like, yeah, this is good. And so I don't know. I guess I'll start pulling to the high school well. I have a big folder of all my shit from that era, and it's really hard to listen to. I do like, yeah, sorry.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say that's always made in high school. Like surprises me, considering it starts with like a fake conversation between you and an old high school classmate or something.
Oh yeah, I guess that didn't even. That's a good connection. I never even made that. Like yeah, it was also updated. I don't have. There's one guy I know who has the recording. We did a studio recording in my high school band of that song, and there's one guy I know who has the recording, and I haven't reached out to see if he still has it, but it may exist somewhere. It used to be up on Pure Volume, and I went onto the Wayback Machine to try and get it, but it doesn't store files, and it was embarrassing. So yeah, I was like, why did I think that would work? But go on.
Well, to kind of go into Pure Noise a little bit, what went into your covers of Unwritten and Christmas Rapping that you made while on Pure Noise, and like what inspired you to cover those songs specifically?
That's a good question. So I thought the more that I put into Pure Noise, the more they would give out. And I don't think that was the case, but that means that I wanted to do a bunch of special things to be like, what up? We're part of that fucking world. And of course, everything we did was weird and like, and kind of our own weird, strange thing. And they were like, what? Like, I don't know. It was me trying to be an overachiever. I thought I wanted to like have Unwritten end up on like a Pure Noise like comp. And it was like something. Oh, I think Unwritten actually started. It was supposed to be for a compilation that we weren't allowed to be on after we had gotten signed. So it was like a retroactive thing where they're like, hey, in the contract, you kind of like can't be on releases for a certain amount of time so that we can promote the record. It would have been cool if they had done that. But, and so we were like, well, now we have this cover, and it was like, it's done. It's good enough. And so you put it out. And so like, we were hoping that it would end up on like eventually on like a Pure Noise comp or something. Never did. Just came out as a single, and a video. And then like a bunch of other stuff that didn't pan out. There's like a karaoke video for it.
Yeah.
Where it's like just
I just found that last night actually.
Yeah, that was a lot of time. It took a lot of time syncing that whole thing up. Nobody's seen it, but it's like it was a lot of overachieving, and Christmas Rapping is just a tune that I think is fun and cool, and I think that the original version is like way too long and too bloated. And so I wanted to make a hyper annoying version, like a Christmas ska song. I think we did a really good job on that cover. I also thought at the time putting it out on Pure Noise would give it some sort of, I don't know, placement somewhere or something. So I was kind of trying to like leverage our very short time on that record label that we just did not fit in on. And so, yeah, it was definitely some overachieving and some advantageous behavior, and it didn't pan out. So it's fine.
I mean, I think that Christmas wrapping cover is really good, and I think like the Solutions are a band that just kill a Christmas song, if that makes sense. There's a
Thank
very
you.
Christmassy vibe to a lot of members, I guess, in the band.
That rules. I don't know. We try to go 100% into every. There's no sense in doing something. In maybe there is some sense depending how you work, but like, and what your goal is in it. But like, I don't know. In the just age where you can just make stuff on your home computer, there's like no sense in not just doing whatever you want all the time. You just have so many resources. There's no limits anymore. Maybe there should be, but there's not. And so who cares? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just like on that chip of my shoulder, like the genre thing where it's just so like I don't know, just do music. There's so many things you can do. Just try new things, and I do think it bums people out who listen to bands because I feel like there's a lot of bands, and I have respect for them, that can do like the same record over and over again, or at least very down to like the same style, and that's very familiar and cool, and people love that. But it's like I don't think I can do that. I feel like I'm fucking up at that. It's very hard. I get bored. Maybe it's like my ADHD, which I think maybe just got in the way of you getting to your next question.
No, you actually, what you said actually is a good segue again.
Hell yes.
About your styles throughout the band, because like it was originally a three-piece, but even Never Punt and Losing It are very different records, I feel. And I want to ask, like, how did the band go from that three-piece to a full seven-piece band with the horn section and keys and stuff?
Oh, I mean, if we go all the way back, which would be super fascinating to our listeners to hear about my 19 and 20. This project's kind of just been around forever. It's just what I've called like what I dump songs into, and then I think around Yes I Can't come back because there was like the initial release of it and nothing happened, and then there was like a year later after Yes I Can't was when we started doing tours again and meeting everybody, and that's kind of when it became band. It was also kind of band when Losing It came out, but it was just we were kind of like a micro band. We were like only big in like a small scene in Chicago, and Fest were the only places the Solutions anybody cared about, which is great. We were happy for it, but whatever. It started as a three-piece, and then there were times where there was a violin, there was times where there was another keyboardist, there was times where there was another guitar. Basically, it was just whatever would suit the need of what I was doing at the time. And when Yes I Can't was getting written, there was only kind of two people in the band, which was Ryan and me, of that three-piece. Campy, the bass player, had gone off and doing his own thing, and we were like, well, there's no sense in not asking somebody to play some cool stuff on this record. We have like no limitations. There's no band. We weren't doing it to become a band again. We were doing it to just like hang out after not hanging out for years. And we called Jacob, our trombone player, and then he was like, I'll just do stuff on one song, and then he did it on 6 songs, and then we recruited our bass player. I don't know, and then you can't just have one horn. Like you know, so then you gotta get somebody else, and that was where we got Ian. And then Jake couldn't play bass on a tour, and then so Ian's like, well, I know Joram, she plays bass, and I was like, great, have her play bass. And then we like Joram, so then we were like, well, Jake still plays bass, what else do you do? And she's like, oh, I can play keyboards. And we're like, okay. And so then it was like, I don't know, like if it's not broke, don't fix it, kind of a thing. And it's like someone fits well, we'll make it work. And then Brian Brian was just added for like big shows. We got to open for the All American Rejects once, and that was crazy. So we were like, well, we should. Wouldn't it be cool to have like a big three-piece like full ass horn section? And then Brian just like shows up and knows every song and doesn't have any work to do. He's just like a genius. And fucking we're like, okay, well, do you want to be in the band? He's like, well, do I have to be in it all the time? And we're like, no. And he's like, great. And so like he's a teacher. So like when he has to be a teacher and be a help society, he does that. And then over the summer we get Party Brian and he comes out on tour and makes the band sound cool. So it's all just kind of like the whole I don't know. I try to just keep an open mind. And then in the band, and I think that's just the whole thing is with everything. And that's how we got more members. It's like, well, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you? Somebody wants to play trumpet for you. I feel like trying to find a trumpet player is like one of the hardest things. Musicians who are listening will know, who are like, I just need a competent trumpet player. It's really hard to find, especially one who's not asking their fair share for money, because it's such a unique and hard skill. It's like, you should fucking pay for it. It's not like guitar. Like no shade to my fellow guitar players, but like everyone plays guitar, dude. You just find another one. But yeah, trumpet's really. It's like, why wouldn't you take it? It's just like, I don't know. It's that like say yes to stuff, not yes to everything, because that gets you in trouble. But it's like life's more interesting if you say yes. You make more bees with honey than you do with red cider. You know what I mean? the old adage, if you will. And that's just kind of that was the idea, and I'm trying to keep it the idea as I get more bitter and pissed off over time.
Well, about like the new need for music coming up, how did ska end up entering the equation for a band? Because I won't even say until like Limited Joy there was much ska, if any, prior to Limited Joy.
Kind of the same style answer. It was just like, why not? We all love it. I'm a massive ska fan, and I think as a massive ska fan who's like an embarrassingly massive ska fan, I think like down to like members' names of like every band, like and knowing all like the different iterations and stuff like that. I think that I hate myself. Like I know that I know the dark side of the fandom where it's like kind of limiting to bands and then kind of pissy and kind of just like any genre I feel like can do that to an artist or a fan base where it's like, well, it has to follow these rules. And I think I got really tired of the punk rules because like I spent a lot of time in Direct Hit, and Direct Hit didn't really have punk rules, but that kind of made Direct Hit a weird punk band to tour with other punk bands. So like we would have like church bells on a song and weird ass like fucking like concept albums and weird songs that weren't very punk and were had like old timey piano solos and like that would be like, well, then on especially on like the Fat Wreck World, we were just weirdos, like because we weren't doing the like we kind of hated that shit. We didn't hate that shit. It was just like it exists. It's there. Like let's have some fun. Yeah, and so that's always been, and that annoyed me during that time period. I was always just kind of like bitter and pissed off because it was always like not punk enough for the poo poo and the pee pee, or like why didn't they do hardcore again, motherfucker? We already made like a hardcore thing. Like just it's there. Like you'll get more if you're good. Yeah, I think the ever fight to not be samey has been kind of a fucking thorn in my side. But yes, how did ska get into the equation? Jesus Christ. Got into the equation because we wanted to try, again, to just kind of prove that we can do anything you can do, we can do the best. And and like, I feel like you can talk a lot of shit, and then the best way to be able to talk shit, though, is to have, like, concrete fucking evidence of something that rules. And so we made Finest Ska EP, and now we can be like, fuck you, dude. Look at that shit. It's good as hell. Like, you think we're fucking lying? We know what we're talking about. We made an amazing ska release. Like, boom, next. I don't know. It's, yeah, a lot of my stuff is fueled on spite. But I think spite is healthy. I think, like, a playful because it's not real. I'm not mad at like truly mad at anybody. I would never like assault someone over ska music, you know? But it's just like it's just fun. It's kind of why you make art, right? To argue
Yeah,
about it, to be fucking shitty about it, and to have like dumb opinions. And I just happen to take my opinions out in long form pettiness.
yeah.
Yeah.
I, I mean, with Direct Hit, I agree. Like, I just listened to them for the first time like this week, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like Brainless God starts with a half piano track with like vocals that sounds like from an old record. You know, it's weird and it's unique. I can only like imagine how it is to play on and on live, or the finale, the last song, A Message to Angels 2, just
Oh,
because
it's
there's
very
like
fun.
1,000 voices singing at the same time on that song.
That was like the kind of the thing in Direct Hit for a while. Other choruses would be recorded with like gang vocals, and like it just makes it so you can fucking scream along. I don't know. That band was just like energy drink the band. I love it.
Oh yeah,
But with like a lot of with like a lot of lore. I think lore is fun too. Again, I can't take credit for that side of the band. I'm
mhm.
wearing a fucking Direct Hit hat right now. But that's all Nick's mastermind. He was the one who came up with all the concepts and the crazy ideas. I would never want to fucking assume that, but it was definitely cooler and definitely kept the me like just my that part of my brain of like yeah we're making something unique opposed to just fucking putting out no disrespect to Ramones core bands. I'm good. I don't, I'm good. Maybe we'll do a
Mhm.
Ramones core EP, but I think it would be really hard to get me to give a shit about that kind of a thing.
You just gotta do Mikey Erg made my girlfriend cry again. Do that one again.
No, I hate that song. Such a dumb thing. Not every joke song is funny or even needed on the record, but we put it on there. I was, you take chances. It's a 30-second song about a dumb inside joke. I do think the best thing that ever happened was he sang that song with us and said and changed. We played it once, and then he came on stage and was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then we are like, "Oh," and then he was like, "Hit it," and then he was saying Devon Kay was a real lame guy. And that was like one of the better things that ever happened. I know there's a video somewhere of it. I just don't know if it's available on the net. But I will make sure I find that. What were
I,
we talking about?
well, my next question is kind of a question that's already been answered, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. The Solutions do have like a wide range of genres, and I just want like what inspires the genre hopping and what goes into songwriting in general, because like it's not like buying a ska EP is just a ska EP. It's also there's like pop elements too, punk elements, and that's for all of your records, I feel. So what goes into like just hopping between genres every release?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going like more back into the past because I know how much you know, which feels weird. So I usually don't. But like I kind of got that bug when I played in this emo band that won't be named, from Chicago, and the guy who ran that band had a real like adamant stance on making songs weird. Like we were all kind of inspired by like Say Anything and their like kind of genre running around, like because they had so many different guitar elements off of that one record is a real boy, like from southern rock to like weird dissonant to fucking crazy pop, and it was like we were all kind of obsessed with that world in genre bending. And then he was like, well, let's kick it up, let's put more weird stuff. And I don't know, I guess that's where it kind of started. I feel like where it was like don't be boring. And then I'm not, I feel like after that it kind of moved over. I mean, Direct Hit, we started doing more weird stuff after Dome Splitter, and I mean I don't think that was like just me. I think that was the band finding our fucking stride at the time, and not wanting to be the bands that we were so bored of watching that were our contemporaries. But like, yeah, Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of did answer it a little bit, but it's just that like don't be boring because you get to make art and it's like don't you want it to be cool? I mean
Mhm.
I'd rather make something that's less popular and wicked good opposed to something that's just like I don't know. I'd love to make a popular song though, so like who am I kidding? Like yeah, but of course it's just like everything I say. It would be like the stipulation was like you'd have to let me go
Yeah.
hard. Like you'd have to let me be a little weird and that I don't know. I think it works sometimes though. I feel like you see it a lot more in today's pop music, especially with the internet and TikTok. And I think weird music definitely gets its place now. Uh, so yeah, I think there's a lot. I feel like what is thrust into the pop scene is been a lot weirder, and it's cool, but not my favorite. I want to hear
Yeah.
guitars again because I'm an old
Yeah.
man. And that's what old men want. They want the thing that sounded like the yesteryear. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I mean, I definitely like Pump Fake is a song about wanting a song to be popular, you know. So
Yeah,
it's still a weird song, but like you say you'd kill a man for 30,000 plays.
yeah. I kind of love like a desperate protagonist. I think it's funny. I don't know. I feel like there's like a confidence that our band exudes, but then like also I like this like desperate kind of tinge to it, where it's like we're saying we're the world's greatest band, we're saying all this stuff, but we're also like very much trying to get you to like us. Like
Yeah.
it's almost all with like a fucking wink and like a come on, dude. Like there's something really funny to me about that, and I don't know. I think I was pissed off and didn't care and wanted to be more playful with Fine Sky EP, and I'm finding that the more playful shit definitely comes across. I don't know. The more self-aware playful shit has been working, so why not? Let's just lean into it at this fucking point.
Yeah. Well, to kind of stay in your discography a bit, what release and what song are you the most proud of in your discography?
Oh, all of them? No, I don't know. I that's such a tough question because like at any given moment I can resent one, and at any given moment I can think one is the best like ever. Like I went on like a fucking bull run liking Limited Joy last month, and now I hate it again. Like I don't, I resent it because nobody listened to it, kind of a thing. But it's really tough. You're so close to everything, and we got especially this project just because it's all made and recorded and done by us. So it's like every step of the process we're kind of a part of, which can just be exhausting and amazing. Like I'm so proud of all of them, but I always go back with that weird like I would make this sound different. There's no way that this sounds good to somebody today because of how crappily recorded it was when we were doing it with like tape and fuck it, not tape. We were like taping mics to stands to try and get shit to work. And then people like don't even notice and like it's just weird. I don't know. It's tough because like part of me it's like the fucking Pure Noise, the Grieving Expectation was such a surreal roller coaster that we got to make something so odd and so just not what I think what they wanted or were expecting from us, and that makes me really happy. So like I'm proud of it because of that. And when I hear it, I'm always like, damn, we're an interesting band. I think it's too much though. Like I get why people didn't like it. But also that's like one of our most listened to records, so I can't say that people don't like it. I don't know. It's like a really tough question. I don't have a good answer. I've always liked the song One Horse, but I could again go back and forth on it any given day. I do get like really proud when I listen to The Space in Between. I think that song came out like for such a fucking like it's one of those like just dumb classic stories of a fucking like what is it like the 13th hour song where you're like I
Yeah.
just don't think there's a fucking strong enough single. Like I'm just gonna go onto the guitar and hit an A chord or something and see what farts out, and then I don't what I think is like one of the cooler guitar parts. Like I
Hmm.
don't know, it's like just desperation needed a song, and then it just kind of fucking came out. So I'm always really proud of that one. I get Proud of the Optimist because that was another like high school song that I wanted to see come to light. Uh, Millennial Homesick. Anytime I feel like I do something that's hard, because like I don't think I'm a very focused on writing complicated parts. I like complicated
Hmm.
structures, but I use a lot of power chords. I use a lot of open chords. I'm not like trying to be fancy, but there are times when we get a little fancy. And those are the songs I usually like the most. Where I'm
I,
just like, hey, look, I am good. I know what I'm
I
doing.
I think like whenever I see you live, I get into Limited Joy really hard again because that's happened both times now. And like I'm loving In a Prairie State right now. That song's fantastic to me.
Oh,
Um,
thanks.
and I think the space in between is like a perfect pop song, or a perfect pop punk song. I guess it's not really pop, but yeah,
No, thank you.
that
It's
song's a
again, it's
great.
tough. You don't. It doesn't. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Inner Prayer State's really cool. I think that record's really cool. Uh, it just came out in the pandemic, and then
Mhm.
it's like if people are gonna discover it, it's gonna be like retroactive. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's like if we played like an anniversary show where we just played Limited Joy, I guarantee you nobody would fucking go. Nobody would be like, "That's my favorite Solutions." It has like "Oh Glorious Nothing," which might be like top three of our like best songs we've written, but
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's a weird one. It's early. It's still it's in an infant stage of the band. We're
Mhm.
trying to morph into a gross little human during that one.
Um, what went into or I keep using what went into. Why did you decide to cover Still Alive and Escape from the City for your video game EP and Knuckles?
Oh, I like. Well, I don't really. I like "Still Alive," that song a lot. We're all big video game nerds in the band. We had just been working. I don't know. I'd come up with these covers, and then we had this as like everything that we do. We had like four or five that we wanted to do, and then we were like, this is gonna take more time than we want, so we whittled it down to two. And then those were the two that we ended up landing on. I love the song "Still Alive" from Portal. I think that song is just like a really well written song, and I wanted to do a version anyway. So like justifying that
Mhm.
was easy when we paired it with like "Escape from the City," like a song like every band, like almost like a standard. Like
Yeah.
every band I feel like has like covered that song, but I don't really love that song, so I went at it with like I want to make a version that I like, and I wanted to make it like heavy and I don't know, fast, like faster feeling, and like a punk song. So I don't know. I think that was kind of why we chose them, just because they were good and we like them. The other option was like a song from Hades, which I think turned out good, but just wasn't where I wanted it. And then we had like a medley where we were doing a lot of like other video game songs. We also romanced the idea of the Eiffel 65 PlayStation song.
Oh, I thought you were about to say I'm blue.
No, no, no. That would be way too easy of a fucking reference. There would be not enough explaining in that reference for my liking. So yeah, we were thinking about doing that, and then we just kind of whittled it to the two, and we were like, well, if that release goes good, maybe we'll do more of those. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys killed the Escape from CEP. It feels like uh, the solutions were like they should have done that song in the first place, if that makes sense.
Oh,
It's way better than the. It has way
thank
more
you. Yeah.
energy to it, I think, than the
Thank
original does. The horn section adds a lot to it. Um,
It's yeah, like a call to arms, fucking
yeah,
horn yell, Jacob. Yeah, yeah, it's like crazy. It's a fun one live too. People really love that song, so it's very cool. I love doing covers, and that's why it's like a cheat code.
yeah.
You can kind of make it your own, and then it's already familiar with somebody who's never seen it. So when we played them on the Streetlight tour, it was very cool because. It was like a lot of people's first time seeing us, and they're like, "I know that." I don't know if that's how they sound, but that's how they sound to me.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Didn't you do like a full cover set at Fest a couple years ago?
We've done three of those at Fest. It started as like a very small thing, idea. We had to learn a bunch of covers for like a wedding, and then we got offered a second set at Fest, and I was like, I've wanted to do this idea where like we do live band karaoke and we have different singers from other bands come up and
Oh,
sing. I was
that's
like, I think
sick.
that would just be like a fun idea. And so the first year we did it, it was pretty good. We didn't prepare enough covers. We couldn't find as many guests, but the audience was really fun. And we're like, all right, proof of concept locked down. So then the next year we did it again, and we got enough guests and we did enough songs. And a lot of those are up online. You can watch most of the performances from two of the two better ones, the more like fleshed out ones. And then the third year we really had it like going where we're like this, we have like a stage set up where it's like a circle, like a semicircle, and the singers get to be the star and we're just like a backing band. But you know, we had the guy from Piebald, we had fucking Dog Party, we had fucking who the hell else, if we had Eric from Dollar Sign, just like all these punk people have gotten to come up and sing, and it's just like one of the most fun sets at Fest. I love, yeah, the cover set is a thing that I like to do, but I've learned that I only like to do it at Fest or a wedding. Everywhere else, it is just not as much fun. Everyone's got to be on your side for that kind of show, and if you're just like trying to impress people with it, it doesn't work. At Fest, everyone has the same idea. For those who don't know what Fest is, it's a fest in Florida. There you go.
It's simple as.
Simple, yeah, simple as that. It's a big punk fest. That's basically like a convention. It feels like at this point.
Yeah, we kind of got a little bit into this. By a little bit, I mean you said like 2 sentences about it. But what's next for Devon Kay the Solutions? What's happening in the future with the band?
We've got a tour in February. We have a show in Madison in January, and then we're currently working on our next record, which you have cataloged the process of. But what's next? The record, new record, and keep going. I don't know. Keep doing cool shit. I have a lot of ideas that I always talk about, and it's just whenever we can kind of get to them. I want to do like a re-record of our first EP for some reason.
Never Part
I want to
2.
do I want to do I want to re-release like our first record is out of print now. So it's time to find a re-release of that, and I want to do something special for that, and then I've always wanted to do like a live album or like a live DVD. I've always talked about wanting to do a live DVD. Yeah, I just don't want to stop making stuff. So what's next is you listeners follow my band, and then then you find out, because your guess is as good as mine. At least you know that there's new music coming, and there's always something going on. There's either a fucking archive video of us playing on their YouTube, or a fucking stream, or a fucking another one of the many bands in the multiverse of this band putting stuff out. There's always something. Always. I don't know. No one can see what I'm doing. I'm waving my hands around.
No, there's good. It's video.
Oh
video
shit! I've been assuming there wasn't, so I've just been like not looking at the camera and looking.
No, that's fine. That's so fine.
God damn it! Oh, everyone's gonna think I'm like such a disinterested jerk. I didn't have my video face on, and all my clothes are on my couch.
Oh no, it's so fine. It's so fine.
Unbelievable. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. No, as I now start like fixing my hair and looking into the camera. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I think the new record is super strong. And we'll see. We'll see. It could suck. We could fuck it up.
You're getting closer to live DVD with the Masterpiece Theaters you're doing.
Our second Masterpiece Theater. We film all of our concerts, and the ones that we deem a masterpiece, or an Asterpiece, if you will, an Asterpiece of shit, as we so say, will get released on our YouTube now. I watched a lot of Hot Mulligan doing that shit, and I just thought it was impressive that they would just get like a board mix, and then they would have like a couple cameras, and it didn't really even matter if the cameras were the same like aspect ratio and stuff. They would just kind of, and it looks very good. Like, I'm not saying it looks pieced together, and that's what makes it also so masterful, but like, yeah, whoever was doing their content kind of inspired me at that moment on their YouTube, and I was like, yeah, you should just be able to like get something to watch, you know? Like I don't know. It's like I'm just a person who likes to watch live videos of bands constantly, and YouTube supplies them like as a drip feed into my veins. And so I want to be part of that drip feed. So yeah, you can watch like full concerts now on our. I haven't. It'll be out by the time this airs.
Oh yeah, it's going to take like a month or two for this to go up.
Oh, a month or two? It's out. It's been out. It's a huge success.
Well, I only have one question left for you.
What's that?
And you said you love ska
I do.
earlier. Now's your chance to prove it. What are some of your favorite ska artists in the scene right now?
In the current scene,
Yes,
or so like
the
just
current scene.
exclude like '90s garbage?
Yeah, get real big
Okay,
fish
that's
out
fine.
here.
I mean, I really like Matamoska's new record. I think that shit rips. Millington is on that yellow card. I bet they fucking hate that comparison at this point. So that smooth fucking pop punk ska that's
Brass
amazing.
emo.
Flying
That's what
Raccoon.
they call it.
Yeah, brass emo. That works. Fucking there's a lot of great Bite Me Bambi singles that come out if you like that OC kind of classic bright fucking ska. There's hold on. There's Rude Echoes from Chicago you should check out if you like some weird little ska in there. I'm not done. Oh god, my cat is here. Ramses is here.
Oh, awesome.
Now that I know it's fucking video, just bring up my son. I could have been doing bits. We're doing this in the same program that's my stream. My God. See, I could have just played more like Chill Arnett. Okay, hold on. I gotta get gotta get out of here. No, hold on. Who else? There's so many right now. Did I say Flying Raccoon Suit? If you want some like nerdy fucking stuff, that's good. Chris Grau makes like great chiptune, or Loser is the name of the project. Louser. Who the fuck else have I been chowing down on? I guess you could say the staples. You could be like Catbite. I love Catbite. I know that they're working on new music. It's not like their album is old. It's just the way that time passes now.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh, you can't mention a thing that came out 2 years ago. It's like, no, it's really good. All of Catbite's material is like timeless. I think that's like a fucking amazing skill that they have. Who the fuck else? Something to Do put out an amazing record this last year that I think scratches an itch that hasn't been scratched in a while, of like a classic 2000s basement ska band. I don't know how else to put it, but it's really, really.
They're in Prowl Radio's hometown of Milwaukee too, so that's
right.
Yes.
Milwaukee local. I mean, legends. I would say they were when everyone else stopped doing ska. Something to Do did not stop doing ska. They went forth and continued forward. Oh, if you like hearing me sing on wacko stuff, there's that new Stacked Like Pancakes EP. Kill Lincoln had a new record out. It could have been more ska. I make that joke every time. Don't worry about it. Then there is... oh my God. I feel like I've proven myself at this point, but
you definitely
I'll keep trying. I don't know. I'm really plugged in, and I complain about it a lot. And I think that's me. That's what I'll have I have a lot of opinions about a really small internet community, and I'm talking to you about it for some reason. That's good enough for me.
Yeah. Well, if that's all, thank you for talking with me today. I want to remind everyone who's watching, you can find Devon Kay on a bunch of platforms, and you can, the Instagram account, Prowl Radio, that's our Instagram account. And I just want to give Devon, before I fully sign off here, a chance to promote anything you want to promo.
I want to promote good vibes. I want to promote hanging out, and just like cool summers. No, I don't know. I stream on Twitch. Got fucking. There's a YouTube thing we talked about. I make music. We talked about it the whole time. I'm just a fucking weird old man. If you like weird old men, just fucking. I'm your guy.
All right. Thanks for listening to Talk to Me, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.